Today we're reviewing the DJI Phantom 3. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and we'll keep on making them. Now both the Phantom 3 Professional and Advanced models include a camera and gimbal as fully integrated pieces of equipment. The factory gimbal really does a wonderful job of keeping the camera level and steady at all times. The camera has an f2.8 lens that projects a 94-degree field of view. So the fisheye look is gone, but a pleasing wide angle remains, and all imagery is recorded to a micro SD card. The controller is a solid, well-designed piece of equipment. On its face, you'll find the bracket which will hold whatever mobile device you choose, so your screen size can range from standard smartphone all the way up to iPad Maxi. Lightly depressing the on-off button will reveal the amount of power remaining in the controller's rechargeable battery. And on the right side, you'll find the RTH or Return to Home button, which not only initiates return to home, but will also cancel it if necessary. It's very important that you remember that feature. The controller is well cladded with grippy rubber, and the joysticks act like joysticks should. The only downside of the controller is weight, which is easily solved with a lanyard. Although the Phantom 3 may appear like previous generations, it's packing many notable improvements inside. For example, beneath the aircraft you'll find the visual positioning system, which tells the drone exactly where the ground is located without using GPS, which allows flying indoors. But since flying outside is much more fun, that's where we're headed. You're looking at our truck, as seen by our Phantom 3. This is my first time to operate the drone from a moving vehicle. These images are straight off the camera, 1080p, 60p, with no color correction. Alright, so we're driving along and I'm remotely controlling the Phantom. Keeping the drone up above the tree line. I'm about 100 feet in the air. Actually, this is just completely spectacular to be able to follow along a vehicle in this fashion. Yeah, I'm driving along, getting 5 bars of signal, safe to fly GPS. I have excellent feedback with regard to how much battery life is remaining. I'm going to show you a couple things here. Here I have my Phantom 3 ready to fly, hopefully. And this is the lanyard I'm using. It's the Space One FPV pilot lanyard. You really need a lanyard when you're flying your drone because you don't want to drop your controller for obvious reasons. And I like this Space One lanyard because quick release. That can be really handy. So we're going to go through our steps of firing up the Phantom. What I've found works best with regard to connecting up the app is to first start the Phantom controller, and then we will power up our tablet. So Controller is started. Next up, here comes the Nexus 7, which is my tablet of choice. I really like the 7-inch tablet size. Seems to work well for this application. You can see the controller is pretty well balanced. So my first step, I've got the controller on. Next I'm going to fire up the DJI Pilot app. And finally, we're going to put our intelligent flight battery in the Phantom. One important point that I've made previously on Drone Ambassador videos, you need to make sure that this battery clicks all the way into place, because you can push it in and get a power charge without it being firmly locked into place. And if that happens, your battery might fall out when it's 300 feet in the sky. And that could be really dangerous, could destroy your drone, and could hurt people. So, battery's good and locked in. Next, I'm going to fire up the Phantom.
Welcome to your aircraft. Please complete the aircraft status before taking off.
Welcome to your aircraft. Alright, so we're going to do the auto takeoff. The swipe of the finger. The Phantom 3's GPS and visual positioning system work together to keep the aircraft remarkably stable. And the camera captures wonderful color. It has a surprising dynamic range, and even in 1080p captures excellent amount of detail. The more powerful motors and more robust props have produced a drone that is simply easier to fly. Hey guys, the Pilot app is really wonderful. Being able to now with LightBridge see what the camera is seeing in 720p right here on your mobile device is truly a game changer. It's incredibly powerful and really gives you so much confidence when you're flying. I'm gonna take it up a little higher. One thing I've noticed, you can manually set the shutter speed and ISO and so forth here, and that's great, but you need to make sure that your settings are correct. In other words, if you're not careful, you might accidentally have it in full manual mode, and you might take off with a shutter speed that is too high, and or for that matter, too low. Flying the Phantom 3 is truly a night and day difference over, well, a first generation Phantom. It's kind of like playing a video game, you know? So easy to control, so smooth, and having the full 720p feedback right here on your controller, on your mobile device, just gives you just so much confidence. This is really an incredible product. I actually think it's an incredible bargain for what you get. Bringing it in. Hopefully it won't land on our heads. Feel the downdraft. this wind coming down? Do it, guys. We're gonna I'm gonna try something. We're gonna try an automatic landing, just a hands-free landing. And since we're in a good spot here, we'll just see how it does. So I just did the auto land straight from the app. Pretty sweet. I mean, the stress of landing is basically gone. All you gotta do is just hover it 5-10 feet above the ground or however you want it, hit land, and it takes care of the rest. You really can't beat that. It's awesome. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.